Hello.
Hey.
What's
Oh, fuck.
up, my boy?
Not much, man. Not much. Big chillin', big chillin'.
Yeah, Bing chilling.
Bing chillin'.
Bing chilling. Bing chow, hey chow. I don't know. So what's good?
Not much, man. Not much in the slightest. I've been fucking dead from work lately.
Shit, eh?
Yeah,
You
shit's
still
got me
You're still
fucking.
doing them weekends, yeah?
Yeah, the weekend's got me busted.
How is that?
It's horrible, man. It's horrible retail life.
Yeah,
It's just feeling like a bot every single day.
yeah.
Clocking
You
in for
deal with
that
the miserable
bot
old
wage.
fucking old bastards, eh?
Yeah, it's horrendous, man.
Yeah, retail. You see some absolute subhuman fucking troglodytes down there, eh?
Troglodytes. My favorite is when you ask someone how their day is and they're like, "Oh, the tax man," and
Oh
then
yeah,
they're
like
like,
some basic.
yeah, just basic generic shit, and they're like, "Another day, another dollar, or 50 cents after the tax man," and they feel like
Yeah.
it's the most hilarious shit.
But you know
Um,
what though? It's A for effort, right?
yeah, they're trying. They're
They're
trying.
trying. That's half the battle, you know?
Yeah, literally.
I'll take a fucking lame attempt at like conversation over just some like miserable fucking dude, you know.
Old cynical dude. Oh, I don't want to
Yeah.
fucking be here.
Yeah, yeah. My wife
Hey,
left me.
my wife left me. I've been on the bottle ever since.
10 days on, 2 days off. It's like a workout.
But it's fucked up, man. Like retail has no recognition like for the workers. You're just a cog in the
Oh,
machine at the end
oh,
of the day.
100%. But like, is it really that difficult of a thing to deserve recognition?
Exactly. That's fair.
Right? You know, like
Fair.
I hear more so these leftist types, and they're working their fucking McDonald's job, talking about, you know, they're getting shit on, but it's like, really, are you worthy of praise? Like, you know,
Exactly. It's a mundane thing to fucking do. Like there's literally nothing honorable about stocking shelves.
no, exactly. Like it's more honorable than, let's say, doing nothing at all. But is it noteworthy? Like, does it require skill? Does it require intelligence? Does it require talent? Not to fucking roast the fuck out of you for doing that
Yeah.
job, but
Hey,
like,
no, no,
you
no.
know what I'm saying?
Lay into me, bro. This is a pit stop. This is a pit stop. Don't care.
Nah, don't care about nothing.
Don't care about nothing.
Yeah, fuck though, man. Wish I had like my own room.
Oh, your parents are just kind of lurking about,
Super gay, man.
just hearing you rant.
Yeah, literally.
They'll be like, David, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I know. What the fuck?
What are you talking about? Conspiracies again?
You're gonna send me to the fucking psych ward.
Yeah, just get in the bin.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, fucking retail is not it. Anybody who unironically stays in retail their whole life, I feel like is mentally ill.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
seriously,
I don't
seriously,
disagree with you.
seriously.
Well,
That might
I'm
be a
sure
hot take.
I'm sure you got some lifers in at your work, eh?
Oh, a bunch, man, a bunch.
Well, you tell me, are they mentally ill?
They have to be.
Yeah.
They have
Like,
to
how
be.
old are they? Like middle age, fucking
Like in
grand
their
now age.
like 50s, give or take. 50s,
Fuck,
60s,
man.
some of them. Like, you know, like it's honorable when you retire and you just come to
Yeah.
retail just to fuck around and talk to people and stuff.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
But if you're in like your actual career and you're just staying there, they don't care about you.
No. And these people are just like stupid as fuck in general.
Yeah, man.
Like, you know, I'm not even gonna say no disrespect, but like they do it to themselves. Like ultimately, I don't even feel bad for them. When I was in Nova Scotia, I worked with this older married couple, like middle aged, right? And I was working at a pizza joint for minimum wage, and these fuckers just would bounce between some fucking minimum wage jobs their whole fucking lives, living in some fucking trailer park, and they're like in their 50s or some shit, bro. Like how do you never learn anything? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes, absolutely, man. Like it's just it fucking makes no sense whatsoever.
It's just I think it's just extraordinarily low IQ. Like if you look at the definition of insanity, it's literally repeating the same thing, expecting different results. Now, unless let's say these people just are genuinely happy with like the bare minimum, okay, God bless. But if they were hoping to, let's say, rise the ladder, and yet they're still doing this shit, expecting different results, like it's just like, the fuck's wrong with you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get a
Hundred,
grip. Like, read a
hundred,
book,
100%. It's in fucking
right?
insanity. Like it's absolutely it's absolute insanity. Like it is. It really fucking is. Like
I don't know. I don't even think I have pity for them. I genuinely don't have pity because guess what? This is one of the inversions too of modern religions. You know, a lot of them speak, you know, to take pity on the weak. I don't fucking feel bad for them. God favors the strong. God loves when you prove yourself to him. He doesn't give handouts. He rewards based on merit.
that is 100% valid.
You understand what I'm saying, right? Like you can't fucking sit there, oh Jesus, please, please give me $1 million. Like it doesn't work that way. But you can say, you know, God, Jesus, give me the strength, give me the wits, the intelligence to figure out a way to do it. And then that's how it works, right?
That is what's up, dude. Like when I pray, I'm literally like, Lord, give me the strength to fucking conquer and just seize the day and do what I got to do. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Instead of just being like, please make everything better. It's like, yo, give me the fucking power to
Yeah.
actually change the shits. You know what I'm
And
saying?
it's bitch made too. And like let's look at people who win the lottery. Like it could be some Joe Schmo working some shit job and fucking $1 million falls on his lap. It's gone in 5 years on hookers and blow or less, or cars or stupid shit. Because if you don't have the mindset, the mind frame to build wealth or anything, then you're just gonna fucking piss all the shit away.
Absolutely, man.
It's the
Absolutely.
same. You gotta work to keep everything you have. And a lot of things I learned in life was from working out, right? It's one of those things where if you gotta perpetually do it to maintain it and you continue to improve and grow. And I feel like you can extrapolate the mindset you gain from doing that and apply it to basically every walk of life.
And of course you can. And that's the thing. Like it's and like you're saying with working out too, it's like when you keep doing it, you fucking get bigger, bigger, stronger, stronger. But if you take like a couple weeks off, you literally like atrophy and your muscles start to
Yeah.
like, you know,
It literally like 2 weeks.
you start to get weak and stuff like that. And that's kind of like the game of life where it's like, yo, you got to fucking keep going, 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 going.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously you have to rest because
Of
we're
course.
human.
But
But
you know what? A rolling stone gathers no moss, right?
oh, I that's a
You
bar.
know you know
That's
what I'm
actually
saying?
that's a
Like,
bar. That's a
think of
bar.
it. You like that, eh?
I,
Yeah?
I do like that one. I do like that one. A Rolling
Because
Stone gathers no moss.
once you're in motion, then you're in fucking motion, right? You got that feng shui, you got that flow, you're in that state, right? But like it's easier to go from motion to more motion to go from being it into motion.
What is that? I think that's like Newton's first law or some shit.
It's some shit like that. I bet you it
Yeah,
is. Yeah.
yeah. Someone's gonna say some nerd will have to
Yeah.
fact check that, but
Some Poindexter, yeah.
yeah,
Actually, it was Einstein, like some
yeah.
shit like that.
Get it right.
Like, fuck out of here.
No, but
But
that is true. And I made a tweet the other day and I said life is all about momentum and leverage
mm,
because
I like that.
it's really what it is. Like the more leverage you can get, the more momentum you can get.
And
The more
adding to
momentum you
that,
have, you more leverage you have.
with the leverage thing, leverage to have leverage, you need to know your own worth, right? And so the system in itself is designed to make you feel worthless. And once you don't know your own value, that's how you get exploited.
Yeah, literally.
For example, I have a good anecdotal story. Again, going back to that pizza place, it was New Year's Eve, busiest shift, and it was during COVID times. I never wore the mask at all. No one said shit to me because I didn't want to fucking wear it. But this day in particular, everyone was on my ass telling me to put that fucking shit on. I said, no, fuck you. I'm not putting it on. They kept warning me, and it reached a point where I said, okay, they're gonna send me home. But see, now here's where leverage comes in. Because I knew my own worth, I knew I was the best employee. I said, okay, you send me home, you're gonna go to shit. You're not gonna make nearly as much money. I said, oh, okay, whatever. Send me home. What the fuck happens? The place goes to shit, and they fuck up a ton of orders, and they make way less money than they would have made otherwise.
Oh yeah.
Right?
You-
So it's kind of long-winded, but you know what I'm saying.
yeah, literally, it's all about positioning yourself. Like that is a fucking motive. Like you just got to position yourself accordingly, and like life is really about how you position yourself, your momentum that you get, and the leverage that you have.
Now, how do you learn how to position yourself?
That is a good question.
You
I
know,
feel
like
I feel like that's innate.
you
And-
got it or you don't, eh?
yeah, in some respects, I feel like it's innate because like
Mm.
you can't teach someone to know the little ins and outs or who to talk to and this, that, and who's the head honcho or whatever. Like,
You're saying like being able to know the right person to talk to, like when you enter
yeah,
some, yeah, like the
yeah,
right person to
yeah,
be friends with, kind of thing.
yeah. Like
I see. I didn't know how to do that when I was younger, and then as excuse me, as I got older, I kind of figured it out. Like you just walk into a room, you're like, hey, who's important? Boom, boom. You just kind of sense it.
yeah, exactly. Like, I don't
Well,
think you can necessarily teach that per se.
I think I think you could, because if you boiled it down, what's important? Like who is the person you want to know and why? You want to know the guy with the status, the guy who can help you further your cause. Like you're not gonna waste your time talking to the fucking nobody at the bottom, right?
Yeah, that's valid.
Right? So I feel like you could, for like the autistic people out there who can't pick up social cues, you could definitely break it down into like an actual like format, like on paper.
A little, a little pyramid, little
Yeah, some shit
Maslow's,
like yeah.
little Maslow's hierarchy of needs pyramid. Just fucking talk to the CEO and then talk to the head boss and like just break it down little by little.
Yeah. I was gonna make a joke, man, but I don't. It might have been in poor taste, so we're gonna fucking we'll
No,
pass on that for today.
oh no, let's
Ah,
hear it.
no, it's
Okay,
okay. The moment's gone.
yeah, it flew by.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, like, see, even what you said with that though, like, there's no one really talking about that. Like, is that something that's like an unconscious agreement that we all know what's going on, but like no one ever mentions it?
What positioning or
Yeah,
what?
just like
What is?
talking to the important people. Like, no one ever came up to me in my life and told me, yeah, you need to go and talk to the important people, or that kind of shit. But like, I feel like it's something everyone kind of just knows.
Yeah, I think it just boils down to networking at the end of the day, and like there's heavy emphasis in networking in the corporate world or wherever in life. Like everyone's kind of like, yo, you got to network a bit.
See, I'm all for networking, but I don't think I could do that corporate shit, man.
No, neither can I, man. It's just a bunch of dick sucking and like,
Exactly, yeah, it's all yuppies and shit. It's like, oh, give me
yeah,
that raise, give me that raise.
yeah, you're amazing. I love you, boss.
Yeah,
You
but
treat us
it's
so
also
well here.
it's a fine line too between like brown nosing someone. Like me personally, like if someone starts trying to like love me off and like shower me with praise, I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like stop, like how like it's so cringe, and I wouldn't personally do it. Like I'll give a compliment or respect when it's due, no doubt, and I have no shame about that. But to actually to go up to someone and just start like fucking like, oh, you're so like you're the best, like fuck out of here, man,
You know, that shit's super gay.
for
But
real.
but the thing is though, anyone of some stature can tell when someone's brown nosing and they don't like
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? Like any good leader can tell when they have a brown noser in their camp.
Mm-hmm. I can personally tell too, and I'm not even anyone of note yet. I can still tell, and I
Exactly.
still hate when it happens, right?
Exactly. Like I hate it when people brown nose because it's like, what the fuck, man? First of all, hey, like I'm just an average Joe like you, normal ass human.
Well, that's the thing. At the end of the day, we're all just dudes.
Yeah, we're all dirt. Like everybody's
Yeah,
dirt. So
literally.
so
Ashes
fucking
to ashes, man. Dust to dust. We all come from the
exactly.
same shit. We all go the fucking same way.
Exactly. Word to the wise, bro. So
But
everybody's
that's the
dirt.
thing. And we were talking about this before. And it's like we're all in the game. We all know that we're in the fucking game, right? Because life's like a video game, right? So like, are you gonna idle? Are you gonna AFK in the fucking game? Or are you gonna play the game, right? You might as well play the
Exactly.
game. You can't exist outside of the game no matter how much you want to, or else you would be dead. You wouldn't be on Earth.
Yep.
So you might
Exactly.
as well fucking play the shit, man.
Exactly.
But the game is rigged in
It
some
is.
regards because the people who make the game and set the rules of the game, they hid the rules. It's like imagine me and you are playing chess, and I know how to play chess, and you don't fucking know how to play chess. And you say, "Oh, yo, Dave, can I have the rules to chess?" And I'm like, "Uh-oh, sorry, you can't have them. Like I got them tucked
Yeah.
away." So you kind of have to
Literally.
figure it out yourself, you know?
Literally. And then to add another element, it's like you hide the rules from me, but then you're fucking slam dunking on me, just checkmating me every play. Like that's
Yeah,
literally what it is. Like
literally,
perpetual
yeah.
checkmate.
It's like owning a noob in a video game. You go fucking play Street Fighter against your little cousin. You just smoke him because you know the combos, and he doesn't know shit.
Exactly. Exactly.
And then he's got to sit there day in and day out, fucking grind the combos and like figure it out from ground up. Meanwhile, they're starting with all the shit known.
Yeah, it is. That's when you say the game is rigged and stuff like that, I think about it like the more money you have, the easier it is to make money.
100%.
You know what I
Again, go
mean?
back to the Rolling Stone gathers no moss. Money is
Yes.
currency, right? It works like an electric current, like keyword currency. You're not meant to just get money and hold on to it, sit it. You spend it, get it back, get more, like a fucking electric current out and about, right? But
Yes.
when you have more, you're generating more current. You can expend more money and receive more money back. I right now, feasibly, I could only invest, let's say, $100, a couple $1,000, whatever. Even on like a times 10 return on $1,000, that's $10,000. What if I'm some fucking rich asshole with $1,000,000 and I get a times 10 return on that, and that's $10 million?
Exactly.
So it's but it's honestly like most games. Like the game of life, it's like a video game again. What's the hardest part of a new video game? It's always the start.
That is true.
Once you know how to play the game, it just gets easier. Like when you play Dark Souls, the hardest part's trying to fucking figure everything out. Oh, once you know how to do it, you're like, oh, this is easy as fuck. I feel
Yeah.
like that's how life is too, right?
Yep. No, that's actually valid, dude.
That was just off the dome, man.
Just fresh off the dome. God damn. But yeah, dude, like it's so fucked, man. Because like the more money you have, it's like just simple compound interest. Like that snowball rolls up so much larger, so much faster. It's almost like exponentially larger than me with my measly $100. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's the thing. The hardest part's getting the footing. Like it's the very beginning.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, I will say, it sounds like I'm being a hater right now. I'm not trying to be a player hater on people who are up in the game of life because they had to do something in the beginning, just like me,
Usually,
to differentiate themselves. Unless there's some trust fund baby or
that's
whatever.
what. Yeah.
But aside from that, like everyone who hustles and they get their shit. So kudos to them.
What do you think about hustling on OnlyFans? I know everyone's fucking talked about this to death.
But in what respect? In what respect? Like a girl
Is
hustling
it
or a
valid?
guy?
Is it haram or is it valid?
Kind of haram, but
It's haram. Like, would you consider that selling your soul?
in some respects, because like there's
You're
a
selling
certain
your whole.
yeah, literally.
Ah.
No, literally, there's a certain sanctity to your body. Like you gotta like preserve that shit. And once you just like kind of huck it out into ether for everybody to see type shit, then like
Mm-hmm.
you that sanctity to your body just goes away, in my opinion.
That is facts, though. And you see it time and time again, like with these women who've slept with fucking a million fucking guys, like their value has dropped
Yeah, man.
exponentially. I personally wouldn't want anything serious to do with any woman like that, right?
Yeah, literally.
Not to devolve into that classic, like it's been talked to death, but I feel like it's such common sense. Like I've always thought that way. Like that never had to be taught to me. I feel like if you're a
Mhm.
guy, you just kind of think like that.
Yeah, that is. But we're just primal like that. Like we just want shit that's like shiny and new.
Yeah. Well,
Like we
exactly. You want an old shitty car, fucking 30 people driven, or you want a fresh new car? Come
exactly.
on.
It's just human nature. And
Yeah.
I wonder if it's like that for the shorties though. Like if they see us as devolved
That's a
and
good question.
no, seriously, like I
No,
wonder
Jen,
if
yeah.
girls like with us in our bodies or whatever, they're like, hey, so and so is shitty candidate and like a low value man because he slept around with X amount of people. He doesn't have discipline or whatever.
I have heard some women try to flip the script and say that about men, where it's like, oh, he's slept with too many women, he's devalued. But I've only seen that on like the fringes of the internet. Like I've yet to actually see a real world scenario where that's a
Yeah.
hang up for a woman, right?
Yeah, like it's not a mainstream narrative at all, but I wonder what the mainstream girls think about guys with a bunch of bodies.
Dude, you know what? Not to play centrist here, but I honestly think it depends on the chick. Like if it is genuinely a good girl, which I'm honestly not sure even exists anymore. This might just be an imaginative unicorn I'm talking about here. But in that instance, if that is a real thing, I'm sure they would likely prefer less kills, right? But like I'm talking about an imaginary thing because I sure as hell fucking seen a good girl, right?
There's few and far between.
Yeah. Damn right,
There's
man. Maybe in the wrong places at the wrong time. Who knows?
there's few and far between. But hey, I since we're talking about the game of life and it being rigged, I had one question for you.
So
Okay, fucking in the Bible there's like some bar where God's talking to Moses and he's like saying like he basically was like saying that interest is considered usury
yeah, usury
and
was illegal
and
in
it
the
was like
Bible.
and it's like considered to be like a horrible thing and like a heinous act and
Mm.
like akin to like slavery and stuff like that. Do you think
It
interest is
is
kind of?
in a
Do you think
way
do you think interest is kind of unethical?
extremely unethical because it's parasitic in nature, right? Like we were just talking about how money is currency, and to get money you have to give that energy to get it back, like an electric current. The more effort you put in, the more you get back. Now what the fuck is usury? Some asshole gives me $1,000 and I take too long to pay it back, and now I have to pay back more than the initial loan. That is literally parasitic. It's like a parasite has entered me, sapping me of my resources, which is absolutely bullshit. I think it is a heinous act. And in a way it is slavery because it's debt slavery. You've basically agreed to have a parasite put into your fucking field, man. Like into your etheric field. So it's a
Ye-
whole load of shit.
No, it is, and like when you're forever fucking indebted to someone, like there's no getting out of it. It's a shackle that you can't break out of. And
Hmm.
if you do happen to break out of it, you're gonna get sued up the wazoo,
Yep.
which is gonna cause you like tenfold more money. So it's almost like you can't break free from that cycle.
The only way to win is to just not do it ever.
Yeah, literally.
Or take a loan that you can pay back before any interest is on it. But at that point, you're probably better off just outright paying for the thing.
Exactly.
I,
Exactly.
I've seen some crypto bros, and to me this is risky as fuck. And I've seen some guys on the online take out like a 30,000 loan, dump it in Bitcoin or whatever shitcoin, and just fucking pray it goes up.
Yeah. That
Imagine that, dude. Fuck. I don't know if I could do that.
that couldn't be me. That literally could not be me because that shit is so volatile.
That's the thing. Like, what if it dumps? Then you're
Ex-
just fucked.
Well, that was like the height of fucking the GameStop shit. People were
I remember
taking
seeing
out.
Reddit posts of dudes like, "Oh, my wife's
Yeah,
leaving me. Fucking the house is getting taken." Like,
yeah,
it's like, how do you fuck up that bad? Like, listen, I'm all for taking risks. I think it's good. It's a good trait if you're a risk taker, but you have to reach a certain point where you become risk averse. Like, you have to analyze it. Like, this is a really fucking stupid risk,
oh yeah, 100%,
and
100%, dude.
like something like that's really fucking stupid.
It's just fucked.
Yeah, true that.
It's absolutely fucked. But I like the analogy of it being parasitic because that's really what it is.
Do
It's just
you see what I'm saying though by that, right?
yeah, because it's fucking with the flow of the energy.
Exactly. It goes against the natural flow of the energy. Like imagine like it life works like I scratch your back, you scratch mine. That's how humans work. And so to go opposite that flow that God intended, let's say, or the universe, whatever, is basically satanic. Because like what even is satanic shit by definition? It's anti-nature, anti-natural law, right? So in essence, this is anti-natural law. Now it's I scratch your back, you scratch mine. but you also got to scratch my back like 5 extra times because you took too long
Yeah.
to scratch it back. And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And it's like there was this one bar in a hip hop song, and it was like, just know when you make $1, somebody's got to spend it or something like that.
Mm.
It's like making $1, but then somebody's spending fucking $2. Actually, that did not make that made no fucking sense. That made no fucking sense. But no, it's like it's literally getting extra dollars for no fucking reason, like that in an unfair
Nothing,
way.
yeah.
Like,
It's not, it's, I'll say this, there's a reason it's considered a sin, and there's a reason it was banned. But in our current times, it's not. So, yeah.
it's not even that it's not banned. It's like our whole society runs on that shit.
Yeah, it really does. It
Like our
really
whole
does. It's baked into our financial system.
yeah, like it's not
Well,
even like it's like
sorry,
common practice now. Like it's literally common practice.
well, even like look at the United States government. How the fuck are they trillions of dollars in debt? To whom? How are you in debt? You're the government. Like, what are you in debt to? A fucking alien?
Yeah.
Like, seriously. But like that goes to show, like, it's the whole thing's based on loans because they're getting loaned money from fucking Clactar, the alien overlord, and now like they're in debt. And now since they now owe money to whomever loaned them the money, whoever loaned them the money can now say, "Okay, United States government, you have to do this, this, and this because
Yeah,
you owe us
exactly.
money," right? The puppet
Exactly.
master,
Exactly.
right? It's fucked up.
They're
But
just pulling
people are, well, we all know like that's why they killed JFK because he wanted to abolish the Federal Reserve, which is the reserve that prints money. They print it out of thin air. That's why shit gets inflated.
oh yeah. Dude, they just print the shit out the fucking ether, bro, like on a daily
They,
basis. On a daily basis, they just print shit out the ether and they don't stop. Like,
no, they don't. And again, that goes against the whole concept of money because it no longer is like a currency. Because like if you could just spawn it, imagine I could just generate electricity out of the whim. You know what? Maybe there is a way, but you know what? Like it fucks with the whole flow.
oh yeah.
What do you think of that though? Have you ever looked into free energy or anything like that?
No, I haven't, but I feel like there's got to be a more viable option than what we currently have available. Like there's got to be some shit like the ancient Egyptians and stuff like that. Apparently they were like using those pyramids as like power grids and stuff like that. And there's like
I've heard, yeah.
certain frequencies and stuff like that. Like there's got to be a natural way to tap into the universe to get this like free flowing energy.
Hmm. Well, what do the Buddhists and shit call it? Chi?
I
Like your
believe so,
chi.
yeah.
I don't know. Like I've heard theories pyramids are like energy batteries or some kind of conductor, right? I mean, they line up with what the fuck's the star cluster? It's one of them. I don't know it off by heart.
Yeah. But yeah, tell me more about this free energy. Like, have you looked into it or not
I
really?
don't know. I just see schizo TikToks about it, or things like a perpetual motion device. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's like people have had this fascination with creating a device basically that is in perpetual motion. I don't know if
Oh,
I've seen this one TikTok I think it was, and it's like a ball and like a little slope with a ramp, and it goes through the hole, goes off the slope, back onto the ramp, and it falls back in, and it just loops like that, and it never loses momentum, so it just goes forever, right? So people
yeah,
obviously it was fake because the way it worked, it had a magnet in it propelling the metal ball so that it could keep looping. Without the magnet, it wouldn't generate enough momentum to loop, right?
yes.
But people have purported that there's got to be some kind of way to make a perpetual motion device, and then you could use that to generate just free energy, basically. I
Mm,
personally, I don't want to be a hater because I believe the sky's the limit. And when you tell yourself you can't do something, you psych yourself out, and you make it so, right? You kind of self create that reality. But I think, like with the fucking known laws of physics, I don't think you could do perpetual motion.
Yeah, that's well. When we're talking about like that fucking Newton's first law, like I might completely botch this, but like something you need something to push something else into motion. So like that
Mhm.
magnet pushing that ball into motion, like you can't just
Yep.
have something that perpetually starts going and starts
No,
just rolling
exactly.
on its own. Like you need an acting force to like move upon said thing.
I agree, and it's kind of silly, but I just love how there's like a fascination with it, you know? Because like
Yeah, yeah.
even that initial push could be energy, and like even the magnet eventually the wear and tear is gonna run down the machine in general. Even you know what I'm saying? Like time
Yes.
will have its toll. So I don't think you can do perpetual energy. Maybe you could make something highly efficient, sure, but I don't think you could do perpetual energy.
But then there's this is just maybe a little schizo theory that I don't know if anyone's talked about this, but what about the planets and how shit orbits? Like be it electron orbiting around an atom or
The
whatever.
Earth is flat.
That's just shit's we'll get into that.
Yeah.
The firmament dome, but
I
yeah.
got some schizo takes on that, man. But anyway,
But yeah, shit just fucking orbits stuff. Isn't that free energy?
you know what, man? I never even fucking thought about that, to be honest. Is it energy? I mean, sure, everything's energy, but you can't use that energy to create, like, power something.
Yeah,
Uh,
true.
Not yet. Like, we don't know how. Maybe you could. Like, I mean, think like the moon controls the tides. Like, imagine you could tap into that and then tap into that moon energy and fucking use that to power some shit.
There's got to be moon energy for sure.
Imagine that. Fucking the moon powered car, the
That would be
vampire car.
that'd be wicked. Dude, I buy into the like astrology girl type shit where it's like the moon fucks with your chakras and stuff.
Well, yeah, because the moon is a feminine energy, right? The sun is a masculine energy, right? And the reason what is masculine energy? Like when you break it down, it's being active, doing things. The sun gives life, right? Just the same way men give, men provide, right? Whereas women, they say the moon is like some fucking psychic energy bullshit, and they just absorb your energy. Like you ever chill with a chick who sucks, basically, like a chick you don't want to be around. When you're with them, they just drain you, and you leave that whole interaction feeling like you just got the fucking life force sucked out of you, right?
Oh yeah.
But like, so that's the moon is a feminine energy, right? So if you're going off astrology, if your sign is associated with that, then they say you have a feminine energy and shit.
My
I'm
schizo
not
theory
too tapped into it, like I
my
said.
my schizo theory is this. We're fucking 80% water. The
Mm,
moon fucking moves the tides. Our
mm.
brain is comprised of water. So wouldn't theoretically it pull us in some weird way? Like to like be a 0.001 degree or whatever. Like
Definitely. I
wouldn't it
agree with
have
you.
some ebb and flow on our shit?
I think absolutely, yeah. Because you even think the weather affects your mood. When the seasons change, you get that seasonal depression.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
people say the moon cycles, like a full moon, crescent moon, has an effect on your mood. What's that like commonly quoted thing? Like most murders happen on a full moon. Like I might have butchered
Yeah,
that, but it's
yeah.
something
No,
like
no,
that.
no, no. That's valid. Like the freaks come out on a full moon.
Yeah, and that could even be where urban legends stem from, right? Like a werewolf on the full moon and shit like that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say too, going on the the human body being mostly water, right? Um, think you've seen those videos like cymatics, right, where you play a frequency or a sound, and the way the water resonates, it forms a pattern, right? So certain frequencies, the pattern in the water is forms something beautiful, right? Mathematically perfect. But on a what's the word? Let's say disorganized frequency, it's all chaotic and all jumbled up.
Oh
It's no
yeah.
good. And so I'm gonna say mainstream music is purposely, because again, your body is water. It's purposely tuned into a frequency, and overall, just the words too, because the words are also a frequency, right? The same as music. It's all sound, right? So the message as well as the literal frequency of the music is produced in a way to cause disharmony within your own organism. I personally don't even listen to this shit at all.
Oh, and you're talking about the mainstream music, but do you think there's
Mainstream,
good? Do you think there's good vibe music? Because when I listen to like some Bob Marley or shit like that, I feel
I
like
think
it's
there is,
unity, love, peace, happiness, and
and
it's
see,
not.
even you saying that, like, I felt like a niceness like entered my sphere. It sounds so fucked, but like when you say good positive messages and have a good upbeat tune, it quite literally like resonates within your body and raises up your frequency, and then you become a more positive, good person. So again,
Yeah,
part of seeing through the matrix and the bullshit is recognizing things that harm you. Even and it's not to sound like some radical religious fundamentalist, although there's nothing wrong with that. But like religious texts have been talking about this for a while. Even in Islam, I'm pretty sure they forbid music. I remember working with this Islamic guy, and he told me we were in a car together, and he shut off the radio, and I was like, "Why the fuck did you shut off the radio?" And he's like, "Music is forbidden in the Quran or some shit like that." So these ancient people knew. And last thing on this long-winded rant, I'm gonna liken it when you eat something, it gets digested by your stomach, right? If you eat healthy food, it digests, you absorb the good nutrients, and you feel good. If you eat some shit like McDonald's, you digest all the shit, and then you feel like shit, right?
oh yeah,
So now let me liken this to music or a frequency. When you hear a song, a good song, genuinely well written with a positive message, it's entering your ear. Think like you're literally eating it with your ear. You eat that fucking sound with your ear, and then it goes to your brain and affects not only how you perceive the world, your mood, everything. So if you listen to something very negative with a lot of stupid bullshit and you eat that with your ear, it's like eating McDonald's. It's just bad for you,
mm. I never actually thought about it like that.
right?
I never thought about it like that, to be honest.
It was just I was thinking about it the one day, and I just kind of got the download, it just kind of came into my head.
Oh yeah, there's like
But
some
yeah,
there's like some frequencies that are like actually satanic. I'm pretty sure, like legitimately open up like this like portal that like lets all these bad chakras and energy in. Now that's super schizo, but like
no, man,
I've
don't
heard.
don't 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 downplay it, dude, because that shit's real. Like, have you ever seen the movie Eyes Wide Shut?
No, I haven't.
It was Stanley Kubrick's last movie, and it's basically about like a kind of satanic cult for elite people. And they're all wearing red robes and doing all this shit. They got naked women around, and they all have masks. And well, it's known. I think it's Jacob Rothschild hosts parties like that too. So and Stanley Kubrick is a big producer, so he's obviously in with all these people. They say he faked the moon landing, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, they got this weird like satanic chant in the movie. Obviously, this guy knew a thing or two. He didn't just whip this shit off his imagination. He definitely seen some shit. So going off that, they definitely use some kind of satanic shit, or even like they're always chanting shit. Like look at when Alex Jones blew the lid on Bohemian Grove. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'd have to rewatch the video, but I swear they're like chanting or some shit as they walk around the statue, and I forget exactly what the statue was. It's some kind of owl, and I know the owl is also a satanic symbol too. And last thing, that's why it's also big in Harry Potter, and why Christian fundamentalists. One of the reasons they claimed Harry Potter was satanic. I'm just connecting all the schizo dots right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But you get, I don't even know if that was like
No,
understandable what I just
no,
said, but
no, no. I hear you 100%. That owl, I'm pretty sure it's like the Baphomet owl or something like fucked up.
Baphomet's the goat-headed transvestite that points up and down, as above, so below.
Oh, that okay.
Yeah,
I thought he had an owl that like fucking was on his like shoulder or some shit.
it's one of them, man. I'd have to fucking refresh my memory on demonology,
Yeah, I don't like to dabble in that stuff. I low key get scared, bro. Like when
dude. It's Demon 101. Like you never win when you fuck with shit like that.
yeah, literally.
Like I see all these like witches, like women on TikToks, like, oh, I'm a witch, fucking with some demonic shit. And then their life gets fucked up, and they're like, oh, why did that happen? Like, what do you think? You think
Oh
Satan
yeah.
wants to help you? Like,
Oh yeah. No, it's fucked, man.
but the thing is, too, this is going to sound super schizophrenic, but even in the Bible, Satan knows he's going to lose, and God wins in the end. but it still plays out anyway. So I'll say this, here's a little white pill of the day, a little bit of hope. Good always wins in the end. Good has already won in the fucking fifth dimension. Now we're just physically catching up to it. So even as you see the world crumble around you, just know it's going to crumble and it's going to suck, but then it's going to get better after that. You just got to hold out.
Yeah, word to the wise, dude. Word to the
Yeah.
wise. That gets me fired up because,
Yeah, you
dude,
feel that, eh?
that gets me fired up because good always prevails.
Good always wins, man. You never win when you side with evil. You might get momentary gain, monetary gain, temporary pleasure, yada yada, but it's not worth it. Like think, I don't know, you go fuck some random chick. Yeah, you get the temporary pleasure, but then you feel bad about it, right? Because you did something wrong,
Oh yeah.
or you get too drunk or whatever. It's a momentary pleasure, but see, I believe you always realign with your chosen path, so, unless you really fucking like are hell bent on just being evil. I don't know.
Yeah, but some people's path is to be evil. Like I'm actually,
You think so, eh?
yeah, I'm convinced, dude. Like
Really? Because I
because
personally, sorry, go ahead.
everything works in tandem, and like the same way that there's gonna be 10,000 good people. If that equals 100, then one bad person equals 100. It needs to stay equal in level. Like there's gonna
Like in
be
a
people. There's
like
gonna
a
be people.
balance.
Yeah, in a balance to keep the universe in order. Like at 0 or whatever it is, you need +1 -1. You know what I mean?
Mm. Mm.
So you always need. There will always be people in this life who are innately evil.
Just you know what, man? I'm actually inclined to agree with you. I think their default mode of operation is evil. Going off of what you said, it's almost like a predator prey population graph. If you ever saw that in school, where the population of bunnies decreases, so then the wolves increase, and then they run out of food to eat, so then the bunnies increase, and then the wolves decrease, and it kind of has that ebb and flow. It keeps things in balance. Because if it was just good all the time, it would be boring. Like you need evil shit to make the good shit good, and vice versa, right?
Yes, 100%, man.
But
There's,
sorry, real quick, I want to add. A lot of people like it's a dualistic view of life. They call that, and that's like what the yin and yang symbol is, right? It's a dualism, light and the dark, the good and the bad. But here's the kicker. Someone said this to me before, and I was like, "Nah, you're stupid." But I thought about it after. That dualistic view, light and dark, good and evil. It's it's two sides of the same coin.
oh,
People have said, I'm just putting this out there. Like people have said this is satanic too. I've heard people say God and Satan are the same entity. And if you say that to a religious person, they will call you satanic and shit. But I've heard some people say, they comprise the same entity, right? Because if everything comes from God, God made Satan, so God knows what Satan's up to. So he permits him to do evil because it's almost like a test of sorts,
yeah. Well, dude,
right?
that in a weird way, if you think about it, dude, like, and this might like this could get chopped up, and people say, "Oh, Dev, maybe you're a little Satanist for this." But in some weird senses, like God's kind of sadistic if you think about it.
But is he sadistic, or are you attaching human emotions to it?
Well, see that I've never thought about it from that perspective. From a human perspective, it is kind of sadistic because, like, if you look at the Book of
Mm.
Job, where he literally has Job, this guy who fucking loves God off, is a king basically, and literally the best guy from God. Like he's God, like he's a hero,
Yeah,
and
he's a top guy.
Satan's like, yo, let me test Job, and he's like, bet, run through him, like fuck him up.
Yeah,
That's kind of sadistic in my opinion to stand in a position of just like testing someone via pain, suffrage, killed Job's family, got all these fucking warts on him, like all this shit. Like, would you agree that that's kind of sadistic, or is that just a
I think
human
from a human
perspective of it?
perspective, that is sadistic. Like uh, if you went and did that to another human being, I think that would be sadistic. But let me give you an example here. You have a pet dog, and your dog is overweight, so you stop feeding the dog. You feed it a very small portion of food. In the dog's eyes, that's sadistic. You're starving it. It's torture. But the dog isn't smart enough to comprehend the bigger picture. So ultimately, even if it hurts the dog momentarily, you're doing it for the dog's own good.
Valid, valid. That's like the perfect. That's like a perfect rebuttal because yeah, man. I look at it from a human perspective. I'm not saying like I'm not attributing sadism necessarily as a bad thing. That could be outlandish take, but I'm just saying I think objectively it is in some respects a little sadistic to let some shit fly like that.
In the moment, right? But the moment is fleeting in the
Yeah,
bigger picture, right? Like, shit hurts in the moment, but, in the grand scheme of things, it's worth it. Now, it depends if you are taking that as a literal story or as, purely metaphor, right? Like,
yeah, exactly.
is right? Like, if you're thinking it's a literal chain of events that happened, I definitely understand seeing it as sadistic, but I still am going off my analogy, and so I'm all for it.
Yeah, it's someone said it's like pruning a plant. Like you cut off the limb of a plant for the plant to grow even larger and stuff like that.
Mm,
So
that's another good one. Yeah,
that's what God does with us. He prunes us by like low key like nipping us up and shit, but it allows
yeah,
us to grow even more.
and it sucks in the moment, and you might, if your life's falling apart, you're like, oh, why is this happening to me? But
Y-
then a year later, you're so much better, and then it's like, oh, that's why.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I would liken that story to that, just on a way more extreme scale.
Yeah, just a little fucked up.
But it's probably just I personally interpret a lot of those stories as metaphor, and I think it's really just to sell the message.
Yeah, it is.
That's my take on it. Um, shit, I had something to say and I just forgot.
Hey, it happens.
It does. But fuck, what the hell was I gonna say? It was something related anyway. I don't know.
The thing where you said two sides of the same coin, that has me fucked up.
That bugged me for a while when I was first getting into all this shit. I was like, no way, like it's satanic. But like seriously, like here's another analogy I thought about work actually, because I just it's mundane, so I can think of things. If the only things that exist, and I'm gonna preface this, when you see these new age types of people say, we are God or I am God, you're like, it sounds super satanic. I'm gonna try to explain that in a way that makes sense. So there's two things that exist. You have zero and you have one. Zero is nothingness. One is existence, right? One is God, the universe, whatever you would like to call it. So God spread out, created everything, the Big Bang, whatever the fuck you want to call it. He spread himself out and became all that we have in, our life, Earth, the universe, right? So me and you both and everyone else, we're all living beings, but we're all part of one. We're just a fraction of that one. We're like a 0.0001 of the totality of one, which is God. So I'm not literally saying like, oh, I am God. We're all just like a fragment of God, right? And when you
Ye-
start to think like that, you start to see yourself in every other person you meet, and you just stop hurting your other people. Because when you do that, you hurt yourself,
Oh yeah.
right?
No, everyone's got a little sprinkle of God in them at the end
And
of the
some
day.
people, some people are more tapped into it than others. Like I could just see it in someone's eyes. Some people have a very dull look in their eyes. They might as well be an animal. They're so plugged into this physical world. They just literally respond to stimulus. I want to eat. I want to watch TV. I want to sleep. They're so just dull. And some people more have a spark in their eyes. You could see there's something. They're more tapped into the source, whatever you want to call it.
Oh yeah. No, I totally agree with you. I when we talk about animals and stuff like that and those type of people and shit, do you think you could liken people with addictions to just having an animalistic nature about them? Because they're stuck on a thought loop like an animal. They're like, I need this, only this. And they're like just stuck like on a
I don't,
thought loop.
you're saying they're just more inclined to be that way, like by nature?
Yeah, like you say you're addicted to crack and like all you think about is crack every single day, like day in,
Yeah,
day out, you're doing crack cocaine. in a high tech way. No, hear me out, bro. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me
It's
out.
just making me laugh. Yeah.
In a high tech way, bro. Low key, your animal is fucked because like just like it's the equivalent of water for you. Like you're like a deer just going to the fucking water well to just drink water and survive. Like you're using this. You're not experiencing life for its entirety. You're stuck on like one little thought loop within life, opposed to taking everything in and using your own free agency to do different things. And as soon as you do that, that doesn't like you're stopping the thing that makes you human.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. Yeah. I would say again, it's satanic because what is satanic shit? It's your hind brain, right? It's that primal part of your brain. That's what sin is and temptation. So yeah, if you're like a crack addict, you're in essence you're satanic because your whole existence revolves around procuring this one item that makes your life worth living instead of actually experiencing the joy and whimsy and using your imagination and whatnot. So yeah, I
Yeah,
think I think you're absolutely right.
it gets you completely away from like God's creation, and it literally just gets you locked in on just pure lust for one item. You know what I mean?
And it's sad too from the outside looking in. Like society heavily shuns these people, and it makes sense why.
Yeah, but I actually have like serious like sympathies for these people because it's
I do
actually really
too. Like I don't see some crackhead person and hate them. I just kind of feel pity for them, honestly.
yeah, because it is sad at the end of the day.
Truly. But I don't know. You could make an argument that they do it to themselves. Like you could call it insensitive. I'm sure there's definitely a portion of them that, circumstance. Well, okay, being homeless, there's a portion of them circumstances, but unless like someone was force feeding you crack out of the womb, like no one made you do crack and become a crackhead. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really
Yeah,
feel bad for them,
yeah, that's super valid actually.
right? Like they do it to themselves, and if they wanted to stop, they could. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It's a difficult task, I'm sure, but it's not an impossible task.
You're literally dying on your own sword at that point.
It's a good way to put it, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Like, would you feel sympathy for some fucking crackhead?
It kind of depends like the context like how so like where's my sympathy drawn from?
Kindness of your heart?
Yeah, like I respect them as humans and stuff like that, but it's a destructive way to live your life. You know what I mean?
Do you think it's worthy of being shunned? Like, do you think it should be punished?
Uh I don't know because like in a weird way, like I don't know how to explain it. Like the same way that I made that like animalistic analogy about these people, like do you look at an animal some type of way and shun an animal for doing a thing that an animal does?
That's a good point, man.
You know
Can't
what I'm
blame a
saying?
dog for shitting on the rug. Like, it
You
doesn't know
can't
any better.
it doesn't know any better in some respects. You know what I
But
mean?
now, I feel like these are still human beings. Like, surely there's like a part in their consciousness that knows better. Like, even if they're more inclined to be like fucking primitive.
Yeah, I'd like to think so, but I think it's so like busted that it literally loses all ability to actually see the light. Like I feel like
You,
there's a tiny little bit in there, but I feel like it's just clouded. Like
you think
inside
they're
that
that
brain,
down low, eh?
yeah, I think they've lost sight of reality because like they're I feel like they're existing on a different realm in some respects.
They are very like gritty. Like, I don't know how to explain it. They're so just like literally like an animal. Like, it sounds horrible, but it's literally like dealing with like a fucking feral animal, man.
Yeah, it's crazy,
Like
man.
like no one would want to be around them. Like you wouldn't want to go chill with some like dog out in the street.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
I don't know. What do we do with them? Shoot them?
Just fucking shoot them.
Fucking round them up, eh?
Round them up.
I don't know. Me personally, I think they're just too far gone. Like I just let them ride their course so long as they're not like hurting someone. But then you gotta worry about preventing them from hurting someone.
Yeah, literally. It's fucked up, man.
Genuinely, not sat and thought about a solution for that.
I don't know if there's any policy that you can like, because at the end of the day, like I'm
You
pretty
can
sure it's
experiment on them.
oh
I think that's what they do, man. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. I swear the CIA and shit fucking goes and kidnaps homeless people and does like
they
some
I
crazy
wouldn't be,
science experiments on them.
I wouldn't be surprised, man. Like just take them to fucking Abu Ghraib and just do some fucked up shit.
Yeah, like no one's gonna notice that they're gone. Roll
Yeah.
by in a fucking van late at night. Come here, I got some crack. Get in,
Oh,
take them.
it,
Boom.
it sounds messed up, but I feel like it would be that easy. Like, hey, I got like a big bag of crack for you.
Yeah,
Crack.
you're not wrong. How the fuck did we get here though? Like, what we went from talking about God, now we're talking about homeless crackheads.
We're just being schizo, man.
That's true, man. It just bounces, eh? It's like a fucking goes
just,
everywhere and anywhere.
just, there's no control in it.
There really ain't.
There's really no control in it.
Hey, that's the best way to be, man. Uncontrollable
Just
force.
uncontrollable force, just
Schizophrenia.
unhinged. Yeah.
Just be
But
a fucking wild card.
you know what I thought of actually, or
What's
actually
up?
I heard this somewhere. With creation, like when you create something and you destroy something, destruction is technically still creation.
It is. Cause
So
you can't destroy matter. Like it all exists within the same closed off system. The Matrix, whatever. The Matrix I'm using more to refer to like a financial, social kind of system. But like matter exists in the universe itself. Like you can't destroy it, right? So yeah, destruction is creation. I go fucking strap a bomb on a rock and blow it up, and now I have sand. No matter was lost,
yep.
right? So me personally, that's why I believe at least some form of reincarnation, right? Because we're you have your physical body, you have your mind, and you have your soul. So where does it go when your body dies? Your body's just a vessel,
Yep.
right?
No,
I
these
honestly think of the soul like electricity almost. Like your phone runs out of charge. You still have the physical phone, but it doesn't have life anymore. And I truly wholeheartedly believe that the human soul is literally like that, an electric current. When your physical body dies, it just off into a new body.
and you think that current sifts into something new?
I think there's a whole unseen world that we can't tap into with our human senses, right? But you can feel the energy, but you can't like see it, taste it, touch it, etc. But yeah, I
Yep.
think when your body dies, it's time's up. The soul, boom, and where's it gonna go? It's gonna go into another body or something. Like it literally has to. I'm not even gonna say I believe. I'm gonna say I know. I know for a fact this is how it works. Perhaps it enters some kind of etheric, dreamlike, LSD visual looking realm, or some DMT Joe Rogan realm for a bit, and then you go into another body. Because like we literally are just pure consciousness. Like even the physical world is just consciousness. We're all just kind of collectively thinking of it at the same time.
Oh, you gotta elaborate on that one actually.
Like literally, like you are a thought, and not like a thought like a hoe, but like you are a thought. Like you might think you have a body and you got your fucking family and your house and shit, but it's literally just a thought. Your whole life is a thought that you're having.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? And like when you die, you're gonna go and you're gonna have a new thought. I want to play a new game, and you're gonna be someone else and do some other shit, right?
Or what if you just cease to exist and there's just vast nothingness?
Bullshit, man. That's the lamest fucking excuse. I hate when I hear atheists and shit say that. Like, oh, it's just nothing. When you die, it's black. It is the laziest fucking thing ever. Cause like, and it's funny too, because they purport themselves as some type of intellectual when they start saying shit like that. But they haven't sat down and actually thought about it for fucking more than a minute. They rather would not think about it because it makes them uncomfortable. So they just say, yeah, when you die, it's black. That's the end of it. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Let me go watch my Netflix because they don't want to fucking think about it. Anyone who's actually pondered it for a bit, guarantee you they believe in God. Or anyone who's smart believes God's real, or some God. I'm using it, not necessarily a guy in the clouds, because people misconstrue your words when you say that. But you understand what I'm saying,
Yeah. Well,
right? Like
God is real. Like I know for a fact God is real.
hundred
That might be
percent.
that might be a hot take, but I know for a fact God is real and he works in mysterious ways.
It's only a hot take in a world that has so many people brainwashed that they deny their own, extraordinary existence and the breath of life within them.
Yeah.
Imagine what a shit way to go through life that is, though. Like, imagine you're one of these guys that fucking just believes that atheistic nonsense, that you're just a hunk of meat with nothing divine about you, and you just go through life. You go to work and fuck this. Like, you're just like you must be a real miserable fucking piece of shit. Like straight up, like honestly, I would love to. I like anytime I see one of those guys, I'd love to see what they look like because I know it's just some fucking loser, right?
They're pseudo intellectual, man.
Like some ponytail or some shit like that.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
pseudo.
some pseudo intellectual. Yeah, he reads one fucking thing or sees some post on Reddit and he thinks he's all smart all of a sudden.
Yeah, there's
Get a
pseudo
grip, man.
intellect. Get a grip. If you're a nihilist, you're pseudo intellectual. If you're fucking
Literally. Oh, I'm so
existentialist,
smart. Nothing matters. Whoa.
yeah. If you're existentialist, oh my god, I exist. Pseudo intellectual.
Literally, bro. Just stamp them. Oh, food. Get
Yeah,
the fuck out of here.
atheist, pseudo intellectual. Get out of here.
I won't even listen. Like I'll just stop like the conversation if I hear someone's an atheist. Like one time, Buddy was talking to me about climate change at the bar. He's like, "Yeah, it's like the Earth's gonna die in like 30 years if we don't stop it." I'm like, "Bro, you're fucking retarded, bro. Like, are you seriously believe that, man? Like, get a
Ye-
fucking grip. You're really sipping the Kool-Aid, eh?" And like, it just like he was just looked stupid and he just very dim in the eyes. Like you could tell he was just an idiot. Like he was AI.
Yeah. he's a he's a bot.
He was a bot. But now go back to what you're saying. Like, could a guy like that suddenly gain a fucking extra layer of consciousness, or is he destined to be retarded? Like, I theorize that like if reincarnation, when you reincarnate, based on your deeds, you either elevate or you come back as someone shittier. Let's say. So like, is that guy could he improve or is he just fucked?
I don't know. That is a good question.
Like, could I fucking hook an electrode up to his brain and zap him and like fix him? Like, is he toast? He's a write off. Like,
That's being an atheist is kind of a shitty way to live. It's a shitty existence.
you get what I'm saying? It's so miserable. Like, life's supposed to be whimsical. Like, you should have a childlike whimsy to you. Like, I was driving home from work and some little fucking fat kid did a Fortnite dance to me, and I started laughing and smiling. But imagine you're some like miserable prick, and you're like, oh, what the fuck's this kid doing? Like, that would
Yeah.
suck. Like, and I feel like that's how these people are. Like, oh, really, Fortnite? Like,
Yeah.
like just be happy you saw something funny and interesting, right? Like, I don't know. That's my philosophy. That's how I look at life.
No, I agree. That's a good policy to have. That's definitely a good policy to have.
Yeah, so take the little nuggets of joy when they're there, right?
Exactly, and just run with them.
Yeah, enjoy it. It's all fleeting at the end of the day, so at least enjoy it, feel it.
Exactly. No, climate change is a liberal myth.
Dude, they've been saying climate change for fucking forever, man. Like, and it's always, oh man, I don't have the exact numbers and dates, but I remember seeing this thing, like a magazine article or something from like sometime in the 19 whatever, I don't know, 80s, and it's like, oh, by the year 2000, like the Earth will be destroyed if we don't stop climate change. Like,
Oh
really,
yeah.
bro? Like, what the fuck happened? Why are we still here?
Yeah, exactly.
So like, it's bullshit, man, and it's just a way for them to push their fucking narrative that they've been doing, and it's such an easily like what's the word? Easily rebutted hoax. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, it really just works on propaganda and hype.
Oh yeah, it does.
And everyone, I'll call it like good boy points. Like, people, I was a post I sent you the other day. It's like people know balls. Let's say they base their merit on how obedient they are. So it's like, am I obedient to the government? Am I fighting climate change? Am I respecting trans rights? Like all this shit. I'm a good obedient boy, and like that's how they base their merit. So these are the type of people that fall victim to really easily like refutable shit like climate change and all that. Like if you use your brain, like how did the ice age happen? Why did we have an ice age? There's no factories,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like, so like what the fuck? The Earth's climate always changes. That's what it does. It's a living organism. It goes through phases.
Yep.
Like,
There's
you know,
certain
it,
there's certain filters that it has to go through.
yeah. I mean, it changes seasons. Surely over thousands of years, the overall climate is going to fluctuate too. Like, it literally is common sense.
One thing that actually does have me fucked up though is like Antarctica and like and shit like that. Like these ice caps, how large they are, and how they just cool the entire Earth. Like that is fucked to me.
Is that what they say?
Allegedly, it cools the Earth and keeps it at a certain temperature. It keeps the ocean at certain temperatures and stuff like that.
I have literally no research on that. So, I'm not going to say whether I, agree nor disagree with that because I don't want to sound ignorant.
But yeah,
But I
allegedly.
mean, it makes sense.
But these things are like with an ice cap. Like you can only see like 1% of this thing, and these things are ginormous as is. So
That's true.
this ice is going so deep, and like,
Now, I'm
to
no
be just,
physicist, but like, would that reach out globally?
well, I think it would because it's the North and South Pole, and it's like in the firmament dome, it just fucking wraps around
Are we
basically.
on flat Earth or are we on globe Earth here? What's
Okay,
going on? Yeah, I'm
all
getting
right,
mixed signals here.
all right. We'll go with the firmament dome then.
We're going
But
with flat Earth.
we're going with a flat Earth
Okay.
theoretically, but it
Well,
wraps.
on flat Earth, yes, it's an ice wall, right? It's not like a two continents.
Yeah, but
Or
even on
wait, is it? What do they think? What's the take on the South Pole of the flat Earth? Because I know Antarctica is considered to be the ice wall that surrounds Earth.
I thought it was dual and it wrapped the entire
That's
thing.
what I thought too. I thought it was just part of it, and they both constitute that ice wall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's okay. I just want to have my facts correct here. But now I actually heard an interesting. It was like an upgraded flat Earth theory. So obviously we know the one with the ice wall, but this is an upgraded version where the territory is even bigger, and we're in like a melted portion within that ice wall, and then there's like other melted portions as you go over it of like whole other new territories of land with like other
Oh,
races of people and other all this shit,
yeah.
right? And it just like goes, man.
That's a rabbit hole I don't even want to go down.
Right?
That should
That's a
have me.
crazy thought though, eh?
That should have me fucking skitting the fuck out.
I'll have to find you the picture and send you it though. I really, yeah, it made me think for a sec.
Yeah, no, that'll have me skitting out for sure.
I think it's flat though, dude. Like it's just density. Like I think gravity's a whole load of shit. Like when you get a bottle and you put like water and oil in it, what is it? The water floats on the oil, correct? Or the oil floats on the water. It's one way. What like
Either
why does that happen, right? Why are we on the ground? Because we're denser than air. Why is the ground under us? The ground's denser than us. Like how's there water under the water? Because that water's denser than the other water, right? If you've ever seen those, there's like an ocean under the ocean and shit.
oh yeah, there is actually.
Yeah, so it's like how
There's different biomes to the.
yeah, it's like
So
layered, right?
I
It's
wonder if you go down and you probe that water, if that's gonna be like actual
dude, I
objectively
I think
denser water.
I think they couldn't get into it. Like I think the equipment they had, that shit was so dense they tried to push it in and it just got pushed back up.
Oh, just yeah, like
Yeah.
trying to push something into oil almost and it just shoots it out.
Yeah, it was like that. So like
Gotcha.
imagine. It's just food for thought, right? I don't know. I think it's interesting.
No, it's definitely good food for thought.
Here's my schizo take, man. I think it's flat, and they want you to believe all this space shit to make you feel insignificant and little. Because the last thing they want you to do is to remember how powerful you really are. So if I'm just a speck of dust on some fucking planet with billions of other planets and nothing matters, and there's aliens and billions of other planets with people that look just like us, and I'm just a piece of dust. Like it's such a like even just saying that made me feel bad. Like imagine that's the motif running in your fucking head in your operating system. You just think like that. Like it's such a shit way to look at life. Like let's say Earth is flat. God made us. We're in the center of the universe. Each and every one of us are special, right? It's a much better way to look at life. And and if it to me, truth always resonates with you, and that resonates with me more than believing we're a meaningless speck of dust.
Yeah, it's more powerful for sure. Like it's definitely more powerful to think that you live in a firmament dome.
Exactly. And like even if it's fake, just believing in it is the power of the placebo effect. How does a placebo effect work? You give some guy a sugar pill, tell him it's this cure for cancer, and it cures his cancer. It's the power of your own mind. So when you don't doubt yourself and you fully believe, even if it's delusional, even when you got to believe your own delusion sometimes, and it literally becomes real. That's literally what manifesting is, right? It's the
Oh
power of
yeah.
your own mind.
The mind is so fucking powerful. It's actually crazy.
Dude, it literally creates your own reality, and it sounds super schizo, but like, go alter, literally alter your perspective on life, and every single person that you interact with will then start mirroring that new perspective back to you. Like seriously, go to work one day and be in a shit mood. You'll start to notice everyone else is in a shit mood too. If you go to work one day and you're in a good mood, you're gonna notice everyone else is in a good mood too because the fucking energy is contagious, right? And your perception creates your own reality.
Oh yeah.
And like I say that, but a lot of people don't understand the degree to which I mean that. Like I mean it truly creates everything that you perceive around you, and it all starts in your head. And like it sounds crazy. Go look into Neville Goddard and like just read some of the shit. Like
Who was that? Sorry, Neville what?
Neville Goddard, like Goddard.
Hmm.
I think he's like a white guy. I think he was born in like the Caribbean or one of those places or South Africa. I don't know, but and he's got a really tall head. He looks like an alien kind of, and he's just got these short, sweet books. But it basically touches on what the shit I was just saying.
I'll actually tap in with that because I like to entertain that as an idea. Is like
Seriously,
everything.
like one. Sorry to cut you off. Like once it truly resonates inside you, and I don't know if it already has, but you will see the world so differently, man. And you'll start to realize that everything is your fault. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but like literally it all comes back to you. And you have no one to blame but yourself. If your life sucks, it's your own fault. If your life's good, it's your own fault.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Like I'm at that point. I am at that point for sure because it's so fucked. Like the ability to manifest your own reality and your own destiny is insane.
Truly is untouched. The problem is that people have a lot of limiting beliefs on the matter, or internalized negativity from other people, and then that brings you down, and that hinders your ability to truly create what you want to create. Like even this right now, if imagine we're like, oh, like it's gonna be cringe, like let's just not do it, like you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, literally,
it's
we're really
it's a,
out
it's a
here.
limiting belief. Like you're right, you might as well do it. At least you could say you did it. It's my philosophy, right? Because imagine that. Imagine we're both like old and we're looking back and you just work some 9 to 5 your whole life and you're like, wow, like imagine what it could have been if I actually tried.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
Well, that's my 2 cents. I'm kind of fucking rambling again.
No, not in the slightest, bro. It's fucking unreal, man. Like the power of the mind is just insane. You can literally do anything in this life.
Quite literally, you literally
Like,
can, and you have to tell yourself you can too.
yeah, like it's bordering on delusion, but at the same time,
Hmm.
it's not because
See, it's
like
only delusion to other people, not to you. That's why I remember reading something. It's not good to tell others your business because then their opinions and their energy starts to encroach on you. They cast doubt. You could have lightning in a jar. You could have $1 million idea. The moment you tell it to someone, and then they're like, "Ah, I don't know about that," that could completely fuck you up.
yep, that's why it's
So
better to just move in silence and do what you got to do.
real G's move in silence, right?
Yeah, like lasagna.
Yeah, it's true though. That's wisdom right there.
Oh, seriously, man. Fuck.
That takes me to a whole other thing I'd like to talk about. Fuck, this is starting to run long, eh?
Yeah, shit, man. We might have to wrap her up soon because we've hit that fucking hour 16 mark.
That's crazy, man. That's probably longer runtime than your average fucking cast.
Yeah, seriously, we've been fucking going in.
Damn right. Hey, I could talk for hours, man, but most people can't listen for hours, so we should probably do
Yeah,
another
we'll,
do
we'll,
another episode.
we'll have to save her for next week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We'll have to save her for next week. We might have to just call her quits and cue the music.
Yeah, I say fucking play the outro, man.
Yeah, play the outro. Cue the outro music.
Cue that shit, yeah.